Well, hello. It's Lord Cash. And it's
that Pat. It's been a while, Lord Cash. Where have you been?
So I've been away, doing some family stuff. I didn't mean for that to possibly come off like a little Valley Girl or whatever, but so I've been away. That's what happens when you get the long hair, I guess. I've was doing a little staycation, so to speak, on Disney property for a couple days. And then I just got back from one of the big conventions here in Orlando called Megacon. Finally, I purchased these tickets to go to this event in November of 2019.
It's been a while, yeah. And I saw something. Go ahead.
Like I say, it was supposed to take place in March of or May of 2020. That didn't happen. It got pushed back to like October. That didn't happen. Got moved to March of 21. That did not happen. And finally got moved to August. I think they had a time frame reserved in October if this one did not happen. But thankfully, finally, this one did happen. I had premiere tickets for it. So we had a couple little goodie bag that we got for quote unquote free, complimentary with our admission, as well as we had a lounge, which is basically just like kind of your hotel like convention space, where it was just reserved for people with premier access and above to go in there and just kind of a lot more seating, just kind of less background noise going on. We always had a definite place to go eat lunch versus going, okay, where's their table? Where's their table? Where's their table? So it was lots of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear more about it for sure. And if you guys have ever been to a convention this year in 2021, as some of them have opened up and have come together, let us know in the chat. We'd love to hear you. But today we are going into the galaxy far, far away, or the galaxy in the future or the past, depending on what you look at, because you are going to be showing us some Star Wars and Star Trek cards.
That's right. I figured, we're going to battle of the stars, whether it's Star Trek or Star Wars. We're going to see if there's I know a lot of people have a hot take on which one's better, which one's worse. Preferably, I do have a preference of one versus the other. However, you say, hey, we're going to go to a Star Wars movie, I'm going to be like, thumbs up. Going to a Star Trek movie, thumbs up. I'm game for either or. I'm loving the Star Wars expanded universe that we've got going on Disney Plus right now. And I'm loving the new Star Trek series that we got over on Paramount Plus with the new Picard series. That I've got my reservations on the Discovery series, but again, it's kind of like, it's a pizza.
Good. Is it the animated one?
Well, that's Lower Decks.
Okay.
Which is really good. The first season, the second season just started. I believe so. And but Discovery it's before the original series with Captain Kirk, but it's after Enterprise with Captain Archer. AKA what's the guy from Quantum Leap?
Oh my God, it's I don't know. I know who you're talking about, but I
know Sam Beckett was the character's name.
Yeah, right.
It'll come to me, in 20 minutes. I'll be like, but he's
Scott Bakula, by the way.
Thank you, Peanut Gal.
Yeah.
Scott Bakula. He was Archer in the Enterprise series, so it's kind of after that, but right before the original series, because it does have Spock as a much younger person in season 2, I believe.
Okay.
So there's some things about it that I'm not 100% on board because it's supposed to be what they call the Kelvin universe. Which I believe is the original series before that, not the J.J. Abrams universe. So it's supposed to be in that one. So all of your Enterprise original series, that's all part of that this is supposed to be tying into that versus the J.J. Abrams. So I've got Klingon issues.
It's funny. I don't know a whole lot about the Star Trek lore. I watched Next Generation and the original Star Trek, and that was really about it. So I have seen the J.J. Abrams movies. Actually, they were pretty good. But I'm excited to see. So what do you want to start with tonight? The Star Wars or the Star Trek pack?
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to shuffle them around.
Okay.
All right. I've got a side. So I've got a right hand and I've got a left hand. Exactly. Do you want the right hand or do you want the left hand?
Go for the right hand.
All right. So the right hand is going to start with Star Trek. Star Wars.
All right. Sounds good. Now those look like they're from newer stuff because I see Rey on the cover.
Yeah. So this one it says Journey to Star Wars: The Last Jedi. So the Last Jedi is. That's the episode number 8. So
it's the second to last.
So which was really a hot movie, being directed by Rian Johnson. A lot of people were not happy with it. I myself was there's some things I didn't like about it. The biggest one was Carrie Poppins. I was not a fan of that scene and everything. So though, because this is a newer one, I'm going to read to see if there's any, maybe sendaways that we might be able to still have opportunity for because it's not from the 1990s.
Yeah, I know, right? It might actually have not expired.
Yeah. So, but it does look in here that, let's see, an envelope for chance to obtain any of the cards listed above, which there's a list the odds of pack of finding, a base card parallels, a green, a black, a silver, printing plate, character stickers, et cetera, et cetera. There's a whole bunch of ones here, and there's the rarity of finding them. So send an envelope, number 10 envelope. I don't know what a number 10 envelope is.
Yeah, that's kind of odd. I don't know. I use a lot of envelopes, but I don't know if there's a particular number explanation. But
I'm sure it's a size, width, right, and all that stuff. So probably one of the longer ones versus the shorter ones. I don't know. Who knows? I just know there's a number 2 pencil. That's all I was taught.
Yeah, there is actually a number 10 envelope, and they are the longer, like the longer ones.
Kind of the lighter ones.
Yeah, interesting.
But unfortunately, I am seeing postmarked by November 29th, 2017.
Oh yeah, we've missed the boat. I think a little bit on that one.
Yep. So I'm on here reading you here. Canadian. Wait, hang on. Let me actually. Potential Canadian winners will be required to first correctly answer the mathematical skill testing question. Include on a 3x5 card the answer to the following skill test question: 5 times 15 divided by 29 minus 3 equals.
Wait, seriously?
100%. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna turn my camera lens off so that way you can actually read it there. There's your math
right
problem.
There. Huh. I wonder if that's so weird. Do they get bots that automatically try to enter these things so much they have to have that that security icon, or just or is it an idiot test to kind of make sure that and that's funny though. It's crazy.
That's why I'm wait, this is weird. So, but anyways, it's outside of our range. I'm not even going to bother doing the math on it because again, that divided by 29, it's a weird one.
Right.
All right. So this pack, both of these, the Star Trek and the Star Wars, have 6 cards each.
Okay.
So
now you said that the Star Wars ones it was tops.
The Star Wars is tops. Yes.
I think it's interesting that Topps does the whole printing plate giveaway. They do that with the Garbage Pail Kid series as well.
Nice. So these ones I know we did a while back the episode 2 cards.
Yeah. Yep. Those ones were from 2002, I believe. Those ones a little longer ago. Those ones were nice though.
So I just did a little double take on these because, all right. So this is weird. So I know it says like The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
But I'm getting them from all over the place.
Well, keep in mind that the card packs do say the March to the Last Jedi or the Path to the Last Jedi, doesn't it?
Journey.
Journey, yeah. So they probably are just all the movies leading up to it, if I had to guess, which sounds like they might be.
So I have like literally 5 different movies.
Ewok Adventure, one of them?
Actually, no, there's not.
Ah, damn it.
So
no love for Ewok Adventure.
So this one is labeled Poe Responds.
Okay.
So he's running down the hallway with BB-8. Unfortunately, I got a puzzle piece on the back, so it doesn't give me any information on it. But I'm trying to think if this one was from episode 8. I think this was when Carrie Poppins is about to happen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure myself, just because it's like Poe does a lot of space battles, in the last 3 movies in general, so that doesn't stand out to me.
And you are, and again, I'm gonna play dumb here for a moment. You are aware of what Carrie Poppins is, right? What that is referencing to?
Oh, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Yeah, it's it's basically when she died. Well, she actually doesn't quite die at that moment. You think she does, but because all of a sudden she's like, oh, and then just floats towards the screen. Yeah. I thought it would have been perfect because, Carrie Fisher had died. Basically, she was already deceased in real life. So I remember watching the movie. I'm like, well, there's the moment. There's the moment when Leia dies. And it's just like, oh, no, apparently not.
So in episode 8, she was still alive.
Yes, but was she?
Yes.
Because the movie's dedicated to her.
Episode 8?
Yeah, the movie's dedicated to her, and they had to do posthumously, like Brandon Lee kind of stuff. They had to add in digitally because episode 9, when she's in it, like that, I remember being like stunned that she's in it so much because she had already passed away.
Right. So maybe I think
I could be wrong, but I think I'm right.
So I think she passed right before it came out.
Okay.
I'm thinking because it would have been that movie came out in 2017 of December, and I'm not sure exactly when she passed. But I feel like 4 years ago, maybe like November of 17, maybe.
Right.
But I know like all of her stuff was already filmed.
Okay, no, yeah, I'm looking it up right now. She died right at the wrap of this particular movie of Last Jedi, right at the wrap of it. So I know like in the 9th movie, she's in it like quite a bit, and like that was all done with digital.
Yeah, they used her daughter for stand-in for Rogue One. That was the first time we see her digitally.
At the very end of the movie, that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was probably the best one that they did. Because I think Rogue One.
Grand Moff Tarkin was pretty sweet, though.
Oh yeah, well again.
Spoilers, everybody. By the way,
I'm not going to even go down that one. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. But speaking of Tarkin, we'll take a jump back to this is during the Star Wars Clone Wars. So
wow, they're even going to the animated ones.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. You go. So you've actually got Ahsoka, Anakin Skywalker there, and with Tarkin. So that's an animated one. Now this one says the hero's quest 5 of 20. Carrying secret information vital to the Republic's war effort, Jedi Master Yvonne Perel and Captain Tarkin were taken prisoner by the Separatists, and an elite strike team led by Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker landed on the planet Lola Seu infiltrated its prison, rescuing both inmates. These escapees were led across the perilous planet landscape, and the Jedi Master eventually mauled by a Nova tracking beast, but he managed to pass on valuable Nexus routes coordinates to the Republic allies before he died. This, I believe. Now I know you haven't started watching the Bad Batch on Disney Plus, have you?
No, I haven't. I've been behind on any of those in general. So,
I'm conflicted because there's certain things that characters that they're showing in the Bad Batch that are key players in like Rebels, and it's like I almost want to be like, let's just wait for this to end, and then do the whole Clone Wars right into the Bad Batch, right up until Rebels, because that all right there is just one big time frame that you can just roll right into each animated series. And I almost want to do like the Men in Black flashy thing, just that way my memory can be erased and I can just watch them all through and just see this one character. Oh, I remember that character. And then next series go, that character from way back then, that's now here, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
so there's that. Here's from episode 4. You have. I almost thought this was episode 7, but it's episode 4. It's In Search of Pilot. So it's when they're at the cantina. So you got a young Han Solo. So they got 16 out of 20 on the Hero's Quest at Mos Eisley Spaceport on Tatooine.
Now, how is the condition of the cards? And also, you know what I mean? Like, I'm assuming they're glossy and like they're thick.
They're a thick cardboard, not so much on the glossy end.
Yeah, because I couldn't tell. I figured they would be, but at the same time, they look almost like retro.
Yeah, so I get like that's the design of the backside.
Oh, yeah, that's like straight up cardboard looking, like the ones back in the day.
Yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, they're very like I'm trying to remember what I did with the episode 2 ones. I don't know if I actually filed them in my binder.
Because those ones were definitely glossy. They were thick and glossy.
Yeah, so these ones they're definitely on the thicker cardboard, but they're definitely not glossy. They're just straight up cardboard.
Gotcha.
So, but trying to get provide safe passage to Alderaan. Unfortunately, that doesn't go so well. And of course, eventually Han Solo and Chewbacca take on Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi to go rescue Princess Leia.
Right.
So this one is from episode, I want to say 7. This is Poe's interrogation by Kylo Ren. I'm waiting for it to focus in on it. There it goes.
So it's 7.
So I feel like that was 7 when he gets captured, and then him and Finn escape from Starkiller Base.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny because as much as I'm a big Star Wars fan, there's certain moments, particularly in the last 3, where I'm like I can't 100% identify which one it is, but
yeah, especially if you haven't like watched it 20 times per movie, like you've done the original trilogy, and
exactly
prequels. You've had 20 plus years to start be watching those.
Yeah.
So this one's number 2 on Star Wars: The Force Awakens, which is number 7, number 2 of 20. And then again, here's one from Rebels. You've got Ezra Bridger undercover and of course this takes place between episode 3 and episode 4, and Ezra. Yeah, go ahead.
Did the other ones have a different color border? I thought the other ones were all blue.
They were blue. The Pope one is purple.
Oh, the Pope one was purple. Okay, never mind then. Because the green just stood out right there. That's why.
And then the other 3 that I have. So I'm sure very similar to the Garbage Pail Kids. You've got your different colored borders, and even I noticed. Huh?
You think there might be that? They might do that?
Quite possibly.
That'd be interesting.
I say that because there's green, there's black, silver.
Oh, it said that. Okay.
I'm reading right here. So like the blue, I feel is like your normal base card.
Yeah.
I don't see any purples listed here, but and it could be different movies gets different colors or different because I gave this one. So all of these I'm looking here are so that's Awakens. So you've got these three fall under the hero's quest on the backside. And I've got cards 11, 16, and 5 out of the 20. And so I've got 2 blues and a green. And then you've got this one is labeled Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Right.
That's a puzzle piece. So maybe that's why it's purple.
Oh, it might match what's on the back. Okay.
So, and then you do have a character card. And this one is Poe Dameron. So it's kind of like a sketch card almost.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's black and white, other than like the visor and like the collar. It's interesting.
So Poe Dameron, 3 of 14 on that.
Okay.
So I'm sure there was more out there. Unfortunately, I want to say because I was trying to actually get more of them, so that way I can have 2 or 3 of each brand.
Right.
So, but those were the 6 cards I had for Star Wars. Any questions on any of these before we jump on over to the other pack?
No, I was just kind of was asking them as we went, as far as like the texture of the card, in the coat, whether it was glossy or or cardboard. So I think it is kind of cool that they do have like an old like a retro feel to it. I feel I've seen these cards perhaps at the grocery store near me with the vending machine. But it could be just I see Daisy Ridler, I think her name is.
Ridley.
Yeah, Daisy Ridley, quite a bit, like her up close face. So it could be like, just focusing on that. But they do look kind of neat. Now, the Star Trek ones, are those current or are those more vintage style?
1993.
So vintage. Nice. Now, let's see great card. SkyBox. Okay. Yeah, SkyBox, I remember from back in that era, one of the first ones that really did do like the cardboard gloss. And I could be totally wrong. We'll find out in about 10 seconds.
So it looks on here that, wait for it to focus so I can actually read it. You've got Star Trek Classic Series, Star Trek Motion Pictures, Next Generation, as well as Deep Space Nine.
So very similar. These are like, again, like a hodgepodge of the whole lineage, just like those Star Wars ones were.
Based on the wrapper, it looks very DS9 for Deep Space Nine.
Right.
So this one, it says original art compositions from the Final Frontier. I would imagine that's just the greater Star Trek universe.
Right.
So 6 trading cards per pack. Collect all 90.
Okay.
And again, there's from 1993. So, Mercy, I'm trying to think like at what number of Star Trek movie were we at that time?
In 93?
Yeah.
They may have even had the first Generations movie at that point.
It's a possibility. I'm not sure. I don't remember when Star Trek Generations came out.
Right.
Having the both William Shatner and Jean-Luc Picard.
Thankfully, we have Wikipedia. So for 1993, Generations would have come out a year later.
Okay.
The 93, so 1991 was the final of the original series, The Undiscovered Country, the one where where the original crew meets God.
Was that?
I think so.
I thought God was in the first one.
No. It was definitely one of the last ones. There's a guy that thought he was God.
Because I know. Trying to think, the Final Frontier, because it was the Final Frontier, right?
Yeah.
Or no, Undiscovered Country.
Undiscovered Country.
Okay, so I think 5 was when they got captured by the Klingons and were on
Oh,
trial.
by the way, the God one was part 5.
Okay. So, well, anywho's. Here's the 6 cards that we got. What's nice is they are not stuck together. That's a plus. I do see that I do have on the backside. I'll kind of at least do a flash of the backside.
Whoa. Welcome back, Lord Cash.
So they do have different colors, and then they do have, which one they're actually from. So
Okay.
there's a lot of guesswork there. So let's see if we can figure some of these out.
Okay.
I think I would have known this movie had I not, if it wasn't actually said. Mostly because this movie was played on televisions nonstop. Let's see if I can get it to focus. So this was one from Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home.
Oh, was it? Okay.
So this was the probe that they send out that eventually leads to they need the whales to defeat it.
Funny enough, that's my favorite Star Trek movies, but that's when I watched the most when I was a kid. But apparently, I don't remember that particular part.
Yeah,
Fox swimming in the aquarium.
Yep.
And then at the end, they're all in the water in the ocean.
Yeah, I had the mom from Seventh Heaven.
It doesn't mean anything to me, but Bitter Ritz did just say, So
the lead actress that was there with across from William Shatner, the TV series on the WB back in the 90s.
Okay.
The mom on Seventh Heaven.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I definitely know who you're talking about with the lead, in the movie for sure, but I didn't know where she was from. Okay.
So then I could say the artist on here is Bob Eagleton, inspiration Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. And then it says, I loved the probe from this film. It was an alien intelligence not looking for humans. So, yeah, that's, again, is one of those movies that are if you were to find a Star Trek movie of the original 10, I guarantee you, I'm willing to bet that 4 out of 5 times it's going to be The Voyage Home. They just love that one.
Yeah.
So I always remember them being Spock and Kirk being on the bus, and there's that guy, the punk guy from the 80s. He's just like blasting his music. And
doesn't he give him like the mind meld or whatever? He knocks him out with the
the Vulcan pinch nerve.
Yeah.
But like he's like, excuse me, can you turn that down? And like, of course, with the music, he tells him that screw you. And then this Spock reaches over and just pinches him on the collar, turns it off, and everyone on the bus just claps.
Just clapping. Yeah.
Oh, and of course, the best part is them looking for the nuclear vessel.
Oh yes. Chekhov.
Yeah.
The nuclear vessel. Yeah. Yeah.
I absolutely, and of course, driving around California, in the LA area, you see the signs for Alameda.
Mm-hmm.
And I of course, I go like, they're looking for the nuclear vessel. One of my favorite parts of it.
The only way to watch those, right, as far as other than owning them, is on probably Paramount Plus.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're all on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I would imagine too.
All right, so we'll do a little chronological here. We've got good old Bones, Dr. Leonard McCoy.
Yeah, Forrest Kelly, right? Or DeForest Kelly, I think was the actor's name.
Artist was Keith Birdsong. I like the rebellious side of McCoy. He is a man who stands up for what he believes. And of course, the big thing on this, he had that line that was carried all throughout the series was, I'm going to swear here for a moment, but
Jim or whatever.
I'm a doctor, not a whatever.
Yeah.
And what was great, so one of my favorite Star Trek series is Star Trek Voyager.
Right.
I absolutely love that. And at the very beginning, spoiler, the actual, living person who is the doctor gets killed on the pilot episode, and they have to activate the emergency medical hologram, the EMH. And of course, it's played by Robert Picardo. And I think it was in First Contact where they have the Borg.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to run away from them, and Picardo's like, initiate the EMH, the emergency holograph projection. And it's Picardo there, and he's having a little thing, but he says something about I'm a doctor, not a nightlight. And like either in the pilot episode of Voyager or whatever, but the fact that he's in the both series, I always love that. But they did the callback to Bones is I'm a doctor, not a whatever. He's like, I'm a night, not a or I'm a doctor, not a nightlight.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the original series, particular, had so many iconic characters. I mean, they pretty much were all iconic, and they had their own, catchphrases, and they were able to carry them through for sure.
Yeah. So we're gonna move on from the original series, and I think I almost got one from almost all of them. I tell you, I think the last three are from Next Gen, but this is from the motion picture.
So these are all artwork. So far, none of them are actual photos.
Yeah, because I'm actually, now that I'm seeing the items in there, they do say on the package original art compositions from the Final Frontier. So they're kind of just like artwork. They're not actually, so to speak, from the actual clips of the series or anything like that.
They're nice though. I mean, it's almost like a Marvel masterpieces at the time that they had. I think also by SkyBox. So
I would not, if I actually saw these again, I would not, drop in the $250 per pack that I did to buy some more. So this is Steve Gardner is the artist. After watching Star Trek: The Motion Picture over and over again, I have really come to appreciate the cerebral nature of it. I know the first Star Trek movie is really kind of out there.
Yeah.
Definitely one of those.
I believe that was where Kirstie Alley, I think, got her start, was on the first Star Trek movie. I could be wrong, though.
I want to say that she had already been in Three's Company.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like that one came out in 79, and Three's Company was 76, 77. But okay. I could be wrong on that. It's BMT. So
right.
Definitely before my time. So while you're Googling that up, the next one, we are jumping to the Next Generation. And one of my favorite characters, Lieutenant Commander Geordi LaForge.
Reading Rainbow.
Exactly. I'll do another image of that. So again, it's just kind of like an art. Huh?
I just keep it. Sorry, I was saying out loud. It's great art.
Yeah, if I had a poster, artwork on my wall of some of these things, they're very nice.
Yeah.
So this one is done by Keith Birdsong again. And it says here, with Geordi, I had to rely not on his eyes, but on the expressiveness of the rest of his face to portray him on canvas. While, when I was working at Disney many moons ago, they would do the candlelight ceremony thing during the Christmas holiday season. And they would do the reading of, Christ's birth and everything. And one of my favorite people to go listen to the narration before they started rotating him out was Levar Burton, who played Geordi LaForge, and of course, Reading Rainbow.
Right.
So that was always one. If you're going to go listen to someone read, it's Levar Burton. Come on.
Right.
So yeah, the early 2000s, I made an appointment to go listen to him do the candlelight procession every year when he was booked for it. So that was always my favorite one to do. Now we've only got two more left, And this one again is staying with the Next Generation series. This one is Advanced Warp Drive. So you actually have the ship itself getting ready to open up and go to warp speed there. And this one, the artist is Jerry Roundtree. If the new warp drive effect could be viewed from outside the ship, it might look something like this. Yeah, I could kind of see how that would be the artwork. When you see it kind of like open up a rift to go through, that's kind of cool. I like that. And of course, this is the U.S. Enterprise NCC 1701D. Possesses a warp propulsion system superior to all other earlier versions. The ship's advanced warp drive allows the Next Generation Enterprise to travel at a cruising velocity of warp 6, roughly 392 times the speed of light. To an outside observer, there is a visual rubber band effect followed by a brilliant flash of light as the Enterprise engages her main engines and enters warp speed. I always find amusing that, as each series progresses, they are able to push the limits a little bit further. That I think by the time you get to Voyager, they're going to like warp 9.8, warp 10. I think they even get to at certain points that they're able to push the engines that much further. But again, the Next Generation top speed would warp 6, which again, 392 times the speed of light.
Was it O'Brien that was the Scotty for that particular series?
No, it was Levar Burton.
I thought there was another guy with him though.
So Chief O'Brien, he was on Next Gen, but his main thing was on Deep Space Nine. Really?
Okay.
That's where he grew and really shined as a character. He may have been on Enterprise as well, because you had Worf that went from Next Gen to DS9, but
yeah.
I thought like that was always like later in the game. I can't remember if it actually happened like right off the bat, or like what season Worf actually joined DS9. So, but yeah, Chief O'Brien was, I think, the main, that was your engineer for Deep Space Nine.
Okay, that might be, yeah, because like I remember him being an engineer. So, because he did make the jump over, like you mentioned. I just looked at that. But yeah, that's what I remember. Because like basically, like I was saying before, I watched the first series and the Next Generation, but I can't even pretend that I have any like true knowledge of the lore of as much as I do for like say a Star Wars or Spaceballs for that matter.
Yeah. So I may have a signature card.
Really?
And I only say that because it says signature card on it. Yeah. So with the Star Trek Next Generation, you have Captain Claw. So you've got a Vulcan here. I'm not a Vulcan, a Klingon. And it says David Cherry. And on the backside, there's the autograph there. And it says signature card underneath David Cherry. Whereas like the other ones, they just kind of put them up side by side. They just kind of give the artist name. And they're just kind of very just here it is, just artist inspiration. So I got a signature card, one pack.
Cool.
Wish that would have worked for Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, I know, right? Just one and done.
So more than any other aliens, Klingon have undergone a radical evolution of Star Trek's character, which is my beef. Consider the difference between Captain Koloth and The Trouble with Tribbles, which is one of my favorite episodes.
It's a classic for sure.
Definitely that. And of course, Worf. But first and foremost, Klingons are warriors, and weaknesses are not tolerated. Although fierce and sometimes brutal, Klingons live by a strict code of duty and honor. And it says David Cherry was everything from a bricklayer to a lawyer before he decided his true passion was art. So
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he did. He was one of the. I just looked it up too. Like, he's one of the artists featured in this whole series.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 'cause I think I got Keith Birdsong twice. And then I got one other one. So yeah, it's nice.
Now it would be one hell of a drive for you, but in Ticonderoga, New York, which is very north, basically they have a full-size replica, a completely interactive replica of the original Starship Enterprise.
Nice.
And yeah, it's insane. And they did William Shatner's 80th or 85th birthday celebration there.
Nice.
So very cool. We have a lot of good pictures of it. We took my mom and dad there a couple of years back. But yeah, very cool. Full to scale, and like everything is exactly where it would be laid out. They use like creator maps to figure out like where the sick bay would be and everything. It's really neat.
I know I think it was like 2003 that I went to Vegas on a work trip, and of course they've got the the Star Trek experience that was out there.
Yep.
I took a cab ride out to whichever hotel it was. At least I kind of walked around. I didn't do anything, but it was cool seeing it. They actually, if you charge anything and their stuff, it actually came through as a charge from like the Ferengis.
Oh yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. So
they used to have a theme park. It was Paramount's Wonderland up in Canada, and like now it's just Canada's Wonderland. But back when it's Paramount's, they actually had Star Trek characters that would just walk around. Like everybody had like their gear on and everything.
So if I'm not mistaken, King's Dominion, Virginia, has a lot of ties to the Paramount company. So I think they have some Star Trek stuff there. I've always wanted to go there, but I've always driven past it on my way to my grandparents that live in Virginia, Richmond area. Like that one, and of course there's the Busch Gardens that's up in Virginia.
Yep.
So I've always wanted to. I always like going to the same park in different places. Like I love doing the Six Flags in different ones. I've done 8 out of the 12 Disney parks. So I'm like, I always like to go to them. I think I've done 3 out of the SeaWorlds. I don't know if the one in Ohio is still working, but I've done the one that's in Texas, California, and of course the one here in Florida.
Right.
So I like doing them out. And I've done the Legoland here and California. Apparently, I'd have to do some other ones now.
There's one right near us. Yeah.
But yeah, those were the other cards I had here. Definitely, they're a little different. The Star Wars were, your clips of from the various movies and TV series, whereas the Star Trek were your art things, which were really, really cool. I always like to put which one's better. And I will totally understand if you want to give the cop-out answer where they're not similar, so it's hard to say which one's better.
No, Star Trek ones are better.
That's what I'm leaning towards. They're definitely the gloss. You can see the glossiness to them.
Yeah, quality is better. The original art, I think, is really nice, and you kind of alluded to like you could see this as a poster, even.
Oh yeah, like if I had like artwork, in a some sort of Star Trek room, whatever, I would, you've got the artwork of McCoy or Burton, LaForge there. Yeah,
yep.
Those are some really nice artwork pieces. So, I can, I would definitely lean that by maybe like a hair, advantage over the Star Wars stuff. But yeah.
Oh, for me, it's a country mile. It really is. Like I just think they're really nice cards. I was very impressed.
Well, very cool. Well, unfortunately, that's all I have. Which maybe is a good thing since we're at 45 minutes now.
For 12 cards.
Hey, I like to talk and expand on the cards that are here.
No, absolutely. That's what we do here on New York Nerd Show. And if you guys watch any of our other videos, you'll know for sure that we can talk, but hopefully we entertain, educate, and Yeah.
Well, very cool.
And make you laugh. Yes, there you go.
Hopefully we do that. But of course, as all that Pat mentioned, we do have other shows and other videos that we do provide here on the New York Nerd Show on this channel that we provide to you. We have, as we're doing today, Monday, Crazy Card Collecting, where we just find, random, like I said, I found a whole bunch of these at Megacon, and I was just like, I'm going to pick these up. I'm going to open them up on air and let you kind of just see what's what inside. Tomorrow is Tuesday, Slam Nation Wrestling, where we're going to be talking about something going on in the world of wrestling.
Oh, man. There's so much happening this week. With
anything happen?
Oh, my Lanta. SummerSlam, the SummerSlam, NXT, CM Punk, very heavily expected to be at AEW this week. 2 AEW shows, for that matter. We had a new world champion in AEW. I mean, yeah, it's a very busy week for professional wrestling. I am sure we're going to be talking about a ton of stuff.
We'll definitely find something to chat about.
You got it.
Wednesday is the game room where we'll pick a game, play it, talk about it. Definitely tune in to see what that's going to be. Thursday is iStream, Ustream. If we have something going on, we'll definitely be talking about whatever streaming in the world of HBO Max, Disney Plus, Netflix. You name the streaming service, we'll find it and talk about it. Friday is Funko Royalty, where I will let you take a peek inside the world of Funko Pops that I've got going on. I surprisingly enough, I only bought 3 Funko Pops at Megacon. Well, let me rephrase that. I bought 5, but 3 of them were in a 1-box set.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I may show those off on a little short video. But we'll see. I've got a couple ideas for what I may be able to talk about for this Friday. Saturday is Mail Call Mail Time. We get things in the mail, and we like to unbox them and show them to you. Sunday is Call of the Wild. We'll do the reverse. We'll go out and find boxes and bring them home and open those up so you can see what's inside as well. And again, that brings us right back to where we are today, Monday, Crazy Card Collecting. So there is definitely something for you to watch. There's a whole bunch of a wide variety of genres and topics for you to join us, whether it's wrestling, trading cards, Funko Pops, watching TV. We got you covered. Hopefully, we like to be like a good, comfy blanket. We got you covered. Exactly. So, but that pretty much wraps up this episode. Anything else you would like to share with our audience?
No, I don't share. I've always been told I was not a good friend.
It happens.
Yeah. No, just we hope to see ending as the summer starts to begins to wrap up. We got a couple weeks. Just remember that if you don't see us live, you can always check out one of those many other videos to kind of get your fix for us. But we do appreciate you joining us live or on replay.
Yeah, so we definitely will come to you live when we do on Twitch, Facebook Live, or on YouTube. And YouTube is a great source for all those reruns, so to speak. We've definitely got over 200 videos for you to check out and watch over on the New York Nerd Show on YouTube. So definitely give us a watch. Tell your family and friends about us. Spread the word of the nerd because we like to be loved and we want to love you in return. So with that, I think we're about to sign off. All that, Pat. Good night. Goodbye.
Adios.
Go find some cards. Open them up. Bye now.